are now tuned in to Petty Sportz Black, where I am HBCU. I'm your host, Famous Fees. They call me Facts. We here live on my man Adam. Holla, Adam.
You already know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Petty Sportz Black is alive and well. Amazing treat coming on the show tonight. Y'all loved the last interview, so we're going to go ahead and throw you another one. But Fees, tell us who we got in the building tonight, man.
Man, we got an extra special guest coming into the house. Former assistant coach and offensive head coach at Southern University, Howard University, North Carolina A&T University, Kentucky State, and Fort Valley State. My frat brother, current head coach at Benedict College for the Tigers, Chennis Berry. What's good with you, big dog?
Look here, man. I appreciate the love, brother. Super excited to be on the show today, man. Thank you guys for having me. But again, I'm Coach Berry, head football coach at Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina. Great to be here, man.
It's great to have you, man.
Oh, absolutely, man. Hey, we appreciate you coming on, showing us some love, man. We're going to chop it up about the program. We got a whole bunch of dope questions for you. Hope you enjoy chopping it up with us tonight. So, man, we ain't even going to hold you. Like, we're going to start off with a real lightweight question tonight. I mean, just tell me just how awesome it is for you to be the head coach of a college as an Omega man where the colors are purple and gold.
Man, listen here, man. Favor ain't fair, baby. Favor ain't fair, man. I tell you what, man. When I found out that I was going to be the head football coach at Benedict College, I got super excited. All my frat brothers started calling me and started talking about, wearing purple and gold, man. But I tell you what, man, I like to keep the drip right, man. So I got a closet full of purple and gold, man. I had to get the accessories right, make sure my shoe game was tight to match the purple and gold, make sure my hat game was tight. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's a blessing to be the head football coach at Benedict College, and it's also a blessing to be able to wear those great colors of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, as well as the colors of Benedict College, purple and gold.
Yes, sir. I'm going to need to get the inside on some of those shoes, like team shoes. Like I wear a 13.
I wear 13 as well. We ain't there like swimwear.
Yes, sir.
There we go. That's awesome, Coach. I could tell when you were talking about, the team and everything there, you're obviously clearly passionate about it. You just took over in 2020, just a couple years ago. And it was kind of rough for the team, obviously, coming off a 1-9 record. You walk right in the door, go 5-5 off the rip, of course, make it 500. And, really you were just a couple possessions away from taking a couple more of those games, or just a single possession rather. What would you say your focus was walking in the door at Benedict?
Just like whenever you take over a program has been down a little bit, man, you got to change the mindset, change the culture. Yep. It has nothing to do with, you're going to eventually get to the field, but you have to win off the field. Just change the mindset and get the young men to believe in the mission at hand. I don't talk about goals, I talk about missions. Mm-hmm. And when we have a mission, man, it starts with discipline. We're all about discipline. So I've come up with all kind of acronyms to build character and build comradeship amongst my team. So the first thing that we knew we had to do was build discipline. Okay, so when you hear and you see a lot of the hashtags that we have, you're always going to see hashtag dig deep. And when we talk about dig deep, man, in life as young men, adversity is going to strike. Okay, so when adversity strikes, they got to find a way from the pit of their soul to dig deep, whether it's adversity in the classroom, adversity in their everyday walk of life. Adversity is going to happen in the football field. Sometimes you're going to be up, sometimes you're going to be down. How do you find it from the pit of your soul and find a way to get it done and persevere and see it through? And that's dig deep. Okay, dig deep. The acronym goes deep. Discipline. Everything starts with discipline. If you want to change the culture of your program, you better start with discipline first. Next, integrity. That's what it's all about, man. Character is everything. Yep. We want to make sure we have young men with great character. What they say is what they do. All right, God. We put God first in all we do. That's why I so much favor in this program in the short period of time I've been here, because we put God first. We're a praying team. I pray. My players pray. My coaches pray. We put God first in all we do. Deep dedication. You got to be dedicated to be a student athlete, man. You got to get up in the morning. You got to jack that steel in the weight room. You got to go to meetings. You got to go to class. You got to go to study hall. You got to be dedicated to be a student athlete. All right. Next thing, effort. All right. In the game of football, a football play lasts about 4 to 5 seconds. Okay. You got to give me amazing effort every day. You got to give me effort in the classroom. You got to give me effort in the football field. That's what it's all about. But at the end of the day, the next E is execution. It sounds good. You can draw it on the board, all the bells and whistles. You have a plan. You want a boat on the hill, boat on the lake, house on the hill. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you got to go execute the plan.
That's right.
We all want the greater things in life, but you got to go execute. Just like a game of football, we draw a play on the board, what we want to accomplish, what we want to execute. But you got to go execute. And that last but not least is that last P, pride. That's pride, tiger pride. Pride in you as a man first. So you're a man before you're anything else. You got to have tiger pride. So we just come up with all kind of acronyms, man, but it all starts with discipline. We had to teach our young men how to go to class, how to sit in the first 3 rows. When we call a meeting, if the meeting starts at 6 a.m., you better be sitting in your seat at 5:50. That's changing the culture.
That's right.
Giving those kids something to believe in and something to want to be able to accomplish. And these kids, we got great young men in this program. All right, if you win them off the field, it's 9 times out of 10 chance that you can win it on the field as well. So it starts with discipline, integrity, God, dedication, effort, execution, and pride.
Wow. Fees, I don't know about you, man. I feel like I'm in the locker room on the field right now.
I'm about ready to run through a brick wall, baby.
Saying, like, you got my heart beating over here, Coach.
You got to have that enthusiasm in all you do.
Man.
All you do, man. The boys see it from the front. See, I'm a leader. You got to lead them from the front.
You do.
You can't be lukewarm with your enthusiasm because they won't follow.
Right.
You have to be enthusiastic in all that you do, and you have to show it. And I lead from the front in all we do. So, man, this is what it's all about. Our young men will run through that wall. Because why would they run through that wall? Because they know I genuinely care and love each and every one of them. And they'll run through that wall for anything that I talk about and believe in at Benedict College.
Because you'd put them through the wall if they don't dig deep, right?
Hell, I feel like he here for us. Like, man, I'm ready to go.
I know.
What you need me to do?
Got me tapped in, man.
I'm going to be to practice early.
I know.
So, man, check it out, dog. I hear you, like, y'all got major upgrades to the facilities over there.
Gorgeous.
At Benedict. Like, can you speak to just how the new upgrades have, like, just what they've done for your ability to prepare the guys for the upcoming season?
You know, man, ultimately, at the end of the day, these kids want ownership in something. And I'm fortunate to work at a college, at a place where I have amazing support from our administration. And they understand, man. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about this, guys. Whenever you build a program, it's about recruiting, it's about retention, and it's about graduation. Ultimately, we got to go recruit. So that means we got to wine and dine them. It's just like dating, guys. You know, if you find that young lady that you really, really want interested in, and you want to court, well, you got to wine and dine her. The way you wine and dine her, you got to be able to show her all the bells and whistles to get her attention first. Now, once you get her, the next part, just like recruiting, after that, you have to retain her. You have to keep her, okay? It's recruiting, retention, and then for us in the football program, it's about graduating.
Yep.
You know, you get them in the program with all the bells and whistles, man, you get a chance to show them what we have to offer in terms of facilities, man. And I believe we have something special here at Benedict College, man. You know, and we started with changing our weight room, making sure that we can get a weight room. I think that was extremely important because they hadn't had a weight room in the past here. So we have a first-class state-of-the-art weight room. Our coach's office, man. When we bring recruits through and their parents, they get a chance to see a team meeting room, different position meeting rooms, different coaches' offices, and where we watch film and all those type things is extremely important. And also our stadium. Now, I feel like we have the top 10 stadium in all of Division II football.
Beautiful.
Notice I didn't say HBCU. In all the Division II football, we are rated top 10 stadiums in all of America. So that's facilities. And then we have an amazing locker room, man. So when the guys who spend so much time in the locker room, in the weight room, in the coach's office, man, we wanted to make sure when they come to the facility, man, they feel like home. Something that they can be proud of, different slogans on the wall, different sayings, different motivational tactics to get those guys ready to play, man. And I think just like anything, man, home is where the heart is, man.
Right.
And when you have an opportunity to bring recruits in, it's a cutting edge business in terms of the bells and whistles, man. These kids are going to different colleges and different universities. Well, what does Benedict have to offer? And a lot of times, man, when I bring kids on a recruiting visit with their parents, after they're finished with the visit, there's perception, then there's reality. Well, perception before they get to Benedict may be, oh man, I'm going to Benedict. But the reality is when they get there and they sit in that seat on their exit meeting before they leave me and they say, Coach, Mom, Dad, both of them say, Coach, I tell you what, I didn't expect this. This is a whole lot better than I thought. But then I go right back to there's perception, then there's reality.
Yep.
Give us a chance. People say, well, why Benedict? first thing I say is, why not Benedict? It's a great time to be a Tiger. It's a great time and a great place, man. And I tell you what, right here in Columbia, South Carolina, in the metro, we're building something special at 1600 Hardin Street. Absolutely.
Hey, man, I can see it. I mean, like, the facilities are amazing.
Yeah.
Between what y'all did with that weight room and the stadium, I mean, all of it, I was actually breathtaking about it. It's like, wow.
Yep.
Like, yo, y'all really are doing something extra special out there. Like, I'm here for it.
Absolutely. Like,
I'm gonna have to come check out a game when I come to get my 13s.
I tell you what, man. Let's come on, man. You're welcome, man. Definitely welcome, man. And it starts with a vision, man. I've been several different places, man, and I kind of know the lay of the land and what it takes, all right, to build a championship program. And I've been blessed and fortunate to be in some really good programs at HBCUs that had amazing facilities, amazing situation. And my administration understood what we were trying to accomplish, and they supported the vision. Vision is nothing without support of your vision.
Yep.
Okay, so I can have the vision all I want, but if I don't have support from the top, that's nothing. So I'm just blessed and fortunate to have an amazing president, amazing leadership, amazing athletic director who supports my vision and all that I try to get accomplished. And it's a great day and a great time to be a Tiger.
Truly a blessing, Coach, no doubt about it. And this is a perfect segue into the next part. So we know that you spent about 7 seasons at Southern, and you're both there before and once Coach Prime showed up. Can you tell me from your perspective how major and or noticeable really was it, the culture change really about HBCU football once Coach Prime hopped into the chat for y'all?
I'll tell you what. So I spent, like you say, 7 years in the SWAC, man. And now this is my 28th year coaching college football. So I've spent the last 30 years of my life on the HBCU campus. Yep. So as we know, guys, HBCU football has been going on a long time. And there's been a lot of amazing things happening in HBCU culture, from the SWAC to the MEAC, the CIAA, man. It's been amazing things, and SIAC, amazing players that come through. So HBCU football has always existed. Now, obviously getting Prime in. I'm a Deion Sanders fan, man. If you grew up in Atlanta, I grew up in Decatur, man, and obviously, man, he helped build the Georgia Dome. So I've been a Deion Sanders fan all my life, all right? But ultimately, at the end of the day, him coming in as Coach Prime to Jackson State really gave more attention to HBCU. He was able to put him in his presence and who he is as a person. Man, Deion is Deion. So it don't matter. At the end of the day, Deion would be Deion, whether he was at Jackson State, whether he was at University of Alabama, Florida State. Deion has that infectious personality that gets people to want to play for him. And he has no holds barred in terms of the things that he's saying, how he really tries to uplift HBCUs, man. And I tell you what, I'm very grateful for Deion, man, and what he's done for the HBCU landscape in terms of the visibility. We've been around for years. I mean, we've been playing football for 100 years, HBCU campuses, but ultimately, at the end of the day, just him coming, having the impact that he has in the media, you got to think about it. He was a media personality, man, and then being able to have Deion be the head football coach at a prestigious university like Jackson State, man, it's just a blessing to be able to have him here. But again, like I say, I will always co-sign that, it's been great players and great coaches coming through HBCU football for a long time. But like I say, just the having him come and just being able to be an impact in terms of visibility, and he's able to be able to bring to the brand of HBCU football is second to none. And nobody can do it like that. Just bottom line.
Oh, yeah, man. We right here with you on that. We all love Coach Prime. I mean, every time he stepped to the mic, it's like, all right, man, what Deion talking about today? Like, it's all the way live. I mean, he's entertainment. He's a great coach. That's a good dude right there.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, man. So, in your career, we've actually watched you be the catalyst behind prolific rushing, passing, and scoring offenses at multiple different schools. And last year's Benedict offense definitely said that you walked in there and completely turned around and changed the culture of that offense as well. So, I mean, without giving away all your gems, I know you ain't about to give us your inside trader secrets because we don't need everybody knowing what you're planning on doing. But what should we expect from the Tigers offense in 2022?
I'll tell you what, man. First of all, thank you for just recognizing the efforts that our young men made and taking the right steps. All we want to do is get 1% better every day, and I think we took the steps offensively to do that. Everything starts with putting your players around the right coach, the right leaders, and the right I have some amazing coaches, young coaches that are hungry and enthusiastic, and bringing in some new coaches to our program really has bolstered our offense even this spring. You can see the difference in our offense, the way guys are executing. But our offensive coordinator, his name is Kevin Saxton. Man, he was the offensive coordinator at Emory and Henry, another school up in Virginia. Man, he's doing a good job of adding to our offense, the things that we've already done and making us 1% better. And he's also coaching our quarterback. So he played quarterback at a high level. In college, he went to App State first. He started there, and then he moved over to Emory and Henry as a quarterback there as well. And then talking about my O-line coach. My O-line coach, man, he was a part of the Savannah State staff last year. He was the O-line coach at Savannah State. And Savannah State rushed for like 2,600 yards in 10 games. You're talking about 260 yards a game rushing.
Peace.
And, when I had the opportunity to have an opening on the offensive line in terms of coaching, man, I look no further than Coach Roscoe Bird, man. He's going to do an awesome job. He played at Georgia Southern as well as UAB, man. He's from Albany, Georgia. He's doing a great job with our offensive line, man, building those guys in the right direction, man. And I tell you what, that's super exciting. My wide receiver coach, I tell you what, man, just having him, man, he took our offense to a whole nother level as well. Man, he was my graduate assistant at Southern University when I was the offensive coordinator. So he left Southern. He's got his master's from Southern, his MBA this past spring, and he's now my wide receiver coach. So he's bringing some different things that they were doing once I left, and just being an add that piece to the puzzle, man. And we just recently hired a new running back coach, and then we got a tight end coach that's doing an awesome job, Tristan Armstrong, with our young men. It starts with them. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, plays are one thing, but you got to have players. And I'm fortunate to have some players on offense that can make some things happen. We always want to start with the offensive line. You got to build your program. If you want to be good at any level, I'm talking about from Little League football to the National Football League, you better make sure you start with the trenches, the guys up front. So we've really been working really, really hard to build our offensive line. And all that starts from the weight room, getting them stronger, bigger, faster, and changing their mindset. We want to be a physical offense, and it starts with the big boys up front. So we've added some pieces of the puzzle. We signed some guys at the mid-year transfers from FCS programs that have made an immediate impact, and you can see the difference in our offensive line this spring. And we've also signed a couple other guys out of the transfer portal in the last couple of months from FCS programs as well as from NAIA programs to be able to help take our program to a whole nother level up front. And then obviously you got to go to the trigger man position. And we feel like we have somebody special behind center, man. He had a good spring, man. He had a good season last year. He's still growing and developing. He's right there from Savannah, Georgia, named Eric Phoenix. He's continuing to grow, and this is his second year in the offense. So you should see a lot of growth with him. And we also signed a transfer quarterback. I'm not gonna let the cat out the bag yet. But I'll tell you what, he's gonna really push that room to make us 1% better, man. And he's special. And then we have a freshman that played this year versus Miles College. He had to step in when our starter went down. So he's got some valuable game reps, man. And I tell you what, Zay Foster's got a bright future as well. So we really like where we are in the quarterback room. You got to be able to have guys on the edge that can make it happen. And we've signed some really good wide receivers. We're already long and athletic, 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" on the perimeter. We signed 3 really, really good freshmen from the state of South Carolina that we think are going to be electric to add value. We also just signed a transfer 6'5" wide receiver from an ACC program. We just signed him maybe a month ago. So he's going to actually help us on the edge as well to be able to stretch the field vertically and be a nightmare in that red zone. So we're super excited about him. And I'll tell you what we wanted to really get better at was at running back. When I looked through the league last year, man, I was looking at them big old backs in the SIC, man. I said, man, we got to get better in the backfield, man. So we feel like we had some guys that were already here, got some valuable reps. They're talented guys as well. We went and signed 2 running backs that are both about 215, 220 pounds. And you're talking about lightning in the box. You're talking about special. And they both went through spring ball with us. We signed them at the semester, one from an FCS program and one from a prep school. And they really, really have really bolstered our offense to a whole nother level. And then we're a big tight end friendly offense. So we have 4 tight ends that really 5 tight ends that can really start on any team in our league. So, you have to build it with personnel. Personnel is what it's all about, man. Everybody's running the same plays. We all running curl flat. We run the inside zone, outside zone, power, counter. Everybody run the same play. But it come down to the Jimmies and the Joes. X's and O's are one thing, but you got to have them ball players. And we went out and recruiting and tried to change the landscape. After I looked at the league and seeing, what teams have, what are they doing defensively, offensively, we felt like we had to get better in some positions. And I felt like our coaching staff went out and went and captured our needs on what we were looking for on offense.
Man, I can already see what it is. It was like, man, we're looking at what was it that you did that you came in to turn around a program like that? It's you. You got me hyped up. Like, I want to go play. Like, every time he say something, I'll be like, oh, okay. Like, what you need me on? You want me to block? I need to run a fade? What you want me to take a handoff? Like, yeah, man. Like, I mean, I've seen the backs, like, from Albany and Savannah. They got big boy backs back there.
Major.
And I can definitely, like, I got a high level of respect for the amount of, like, just the balance of y'all offense from last year, because most of the teams in the SIAC do not have that type of balance between the run and the pass game.
Correct.
And, I mean, with your boy Eric Phoenix out there, I mean, his last name being Phoenix, your players are probably too young to even get the reference, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to call him Simon Phoenix, the demolition man. He coming out there to kill it. He need to dye his hair blonde and be Wesley Snipes and kill it in the SIAC, baby.
I love it. But yes, no doubt about it. We're blessed here. We're blessed.
You're awesome, Coach, for digging into your offensive mastermind there for sure. It's really great to know how everything unfolds for you. I'm sure you've seen NIL's been really, really crazy the last couple of days and really kind of ever since it came onto the scene. What are your thoughts on the players' ability to actually be able to generate profits off what they're doing on the field?
Name, image, and likeness. Man, long overdue. I mean, real talk, man. Long overdue, man. Guys, especially in those Power 5 programs.
Oh, yeah.
Group of 5 programs. They've been making money for these institutions for years, man. And unfortunately, they weren't able to, other than getting their scholarship. Obviously, that's very valuable, and basically maybe a little refund check and those type of deals. I mean, it wasn't really much else happening past that. Now, it doesn't really affect us, on the HBCU level in terms of my level in Division II. We don't really have a lot of NIL type deals per se. Our NIL, man, and getting to the calf with Miss Pat and Pookie and Ray Mama and Auntie and getting an extra piece of chicken when it's Soul Food Wednesday, man. That's our NIL. Letting the lady give you an extra piece of chicken, put a little more meat on your plate, man. That's how we get to come up on our level, man. We really not getting the big money contracts or anything like that, man. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's really change the landscape, man. It's a competitive, especially on that level, Power 5, man. Those guys, it's a whole nother level, man. You talking about stadiums at LSU, University of South Carolina, they got 90, 100,000 fans, man, week in and week out, man. And tickets $50 minimum, and they're making millions and millions of dollars. And you talk about the TV contracts. I mean, it's long overdue. The guys are do what they're due, man. But ultimately, it come down. Those guys are making money for these colleges, man. So it's time for them to be able to reap the benefits of what they've been doing for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Couldn't agree more.
I absolutely agree on every single level. So, man, we got one more segment for you. It's called Who You With. We're going to ask you a couple of questions real quick. We just want to know which side that you weigh in on. We're going to hit you from every aspect. Most of it is football, so we ain't going to try to take you way outside your comfort zone. But first up, NFL head coaches. Who you with, Sean McVay or Andy Reid?
I would have to say Andy Reid. Andy Reid.
Okay, so you go with Andy Reid. I'm like, I mean, I don't know. I would take Andy over Sean, but yeah, I'm biased.
Yeah, Andy Reid, man, old school, man. He's been doing it for a long time.
Right.
Consistency.
Okay.
Consistency. I'm about the consistency part, man. So when I say Andy Reid, he's been, from Philadelphia Eagles, man, to, he's doing it with the Chiefs, man, year in and year out, man. And, I got to go with consistency over, a guy that's doing it once or twice, man. I want a guy to do it over long haul.
Okay, see, your answer to the next question is that's why I'm not even gonna justify why I pick Andy.
All right, Coach, who you with? NFL head coaches all time. We got Bill Walsh or Bill Belichick?
Oh man, that's a tough one there. I'll tell you what, I am with Bill Walsh. Man.
Oh man, I gotta go.
I'm with Bill Walsh. Man. Offensive genius.
Absolutely.
Coached some of the greatest, Joe Montana and Jerry Rice coming from Mississippi Valley State, man, giving those guys an opportunity, man. Whenever you get an opportunity, which he gave Jerry Rice an opportunity, he excelled with that opportunity. Man, I got to show him some love, man. And, man, Bill Walsh, I'm 100% going with Bill Walsh.
Belichick is better. He shut down the West Coast offense while he was with the New York Giants, but I can understand the way you got to Walsh. I can't front on that, but Belichick's the better coach, though. So check it out, man. We're going to go with the overtime rules. Do you prefer sudden death or the college rule where you get the ball at 25 with all of these 100,000 chances?
I believe everybody needs an opportunity. It's the luck of the draw, man. You flip a coin, man. I don't want that. I want a chance to score too.
Right.
So I'm gonna go on the other side, man, with college, man. You put the ball on 25 and give me a chance, and then you get a chance. Now, if I score, you got to stop me. That type deal. So, I would definitely go with the college rule.
Okay, I'm a sudden death guy.
Sudden death. Yeah, no excuses for Feast. He doesn't like the league being softened up. But I'm with you as well, Coach. Definitely. I mean, you got all these athletes, superstars, big-time games. I mean, Chiefs-Bills is definitely the big one that everybody thinks about. All right, over to the NBA now. Within the playoffs, we got Golden State, Miami, or Boston. Who you taking? And Fees did leave off the Mavericks because they're probably going to go to bed tomorrow.
Yeah, they don't count.
Who you got, Coach?
Listen, man. I'm an NBA guy, man. I love basketball. People don't know this, man. I actually got my scholarship to Savannah State off the head coach at the time, Bill Davis, watching me play basketball. He never seen me play a snap of football.
Wow.
So he ended up signing me in 1991 because he was watching his daughter playing a basketball tournament at Windsor Forest, and he just so happened to watch the men's play, and our team were coming from Atlanta, man, and we won the whole tournament. He watched me play and offered me a football scholarship. But I'm going to go 100% Golden State, man. It's not even close, man. They got shooters. They come out the locker room raining threes, man. You can't stop those guys. And then they've already won. They've won championships. I mean, those guys, man, you can't outscore them, man. And then, I mean, it's a point guard league, and the way Steph is playing, man, man, come on, man. It's not even close. It won't even be close in the finals.
I try to tell this guy over here, Coach Barry, know what he's talking about.
I'm not with it, man. Still got Boston. Got to stick to my roots. Got to stick to my guns.
All right, so, man, we're going to make this thing real tough for you. Better mobile quarterback, Michael Vick or Lamar Jackson? Who you with?
I'm with Vic, man. Hey, man, peace up, A-Town down, baby. Whoop, there it is. Vic, man. Vic changed the game, man. Yeah! Vic, man, you talking about electric with his legs. You're talking about amazing cannon as a passer. I don't use the word thrower. People talk about guy can throw. No, I don't care about throwing. He can pass the football. But you're talking about change the game in terms of a mobile quarterback. So I'm going ATL, Mike Vick, 100% all day, every day.
Pave the way. Doing it before it was done. All right, Coach, who is your favorite HBCU player of all time?
I got to go with the home team, man. Shannon Sharp, man. He come from the college by the sea, baby.
I knew what he was going to say. That's what we put it there. I knew he was going to say Uncle Shay.
People don't know, man. Shannon didn't even play tight end at Savannah State, man. Shannon was a receiver, man, and was a dog, too. So obviously I wasn't there. I got there. I came in 1991. Shannon was finishing 89, man, but he changed the game, man. He was a guy that was special, man. I saw obviously a lot of clips of Shannon, man, but I got to go with the Super Tigers, man. Ain't no doubt about it. So Shannon Sharp, 100%, twice on Sundays, baby.
There we go.
Let's do it.
Uncle Shay, Savannah State, you can get anywhere from here. So, last question before we get out real quick. Best tailgate food, grilled ribs or low country boil?
I'll tell you what, man. Before I moved to Louisiana, I would have said ribs. But until you get a pot of crawfish and just some of the stuff that they put in that pot, because anything goes in that pot. You might not know what's in that pot, man. It's a melting pot in that pot, man. Anything in that pot. But I tell you, when it come out, it tastes oh so good. So I've been a down south guy my whole life. I would have said ribs before 2013, but I arrived at Southern in 13. I'm gonna have to go with that boil, man. I'm all about the boil.
Hey, man, ever since I got to Savannah back in 2001, it's been about that boil. I mean, I've been out to New Orleans and been reintroduced to the crawfish portion of it. Now, that's like one of my favorite joints. Like, you show me a crawfish, I'm in. So, yo, I'm with you all day. Low country boil, 10 times out of 10. That's what it is.
Say no more. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Say less.
Say, man, hey, we appreciate you coming on, Coach, man. Like, we done approached the end of the show. Yo, dope interview. Appreciate you, man. I love the energy. You got me ready to run through a brick wall right now. I don't know if I want to go catch a pass. I want to play some basketball with you. I want to get a low country boil. I don't know what it is, but, man, whatever you got going on, we with it.
Yep.
Man, I appreciate it. Man, I really do appreciate you guys inviting me on, man. You know what, man? I'm all about, uplift, man. And when you guys are doing something special and giving back to the community, man, and just bringing awareness to HBCUs and things of that nature, man, I'm all for it, man. So, I hope you guys continue to stay blessed with your program. Thanks for having me on. And we're praying for a successful, safe, blessed season here at Benedict.
Absolutely, Coach. We'd love to have you back anytime.
Yes, sir. We rooting for you, man. Appreciate you for coming on. Hey, and we appreciate all of our Petty Sports Black listeners for y'all coming on each and every week. Next week, we got another segment for you. We always on every single week. And remember, always keep it petty.